And what does God have to do with this exactly? Everything. I'm going deep because you need to understand if you have a limited pool of options, I've reached a time in my life that I no longer can let race get in the way of my happiness. Because unfortunately, we are low on Black men out here and it's a problem. So let's do some Black math here. What's less Black man plus more Black women equal? This is the Ever Airwaves Think podcast, brought to you by Live One Company, where we explore ideas that challenge, comfort, and clarify. I'm Liv, and in every episode, we break down life's complexities with intellect, insight, and a touch of curiosity. All right, we're on air. At ease, ladies, at ease. I know you saw the title of this episode and pushed play so fast because it did one or two things. One, it interested you, or two, it triggered you. I hope it's number one. Okay, I hope you're interested. First, let me say, yes, Black is where it's at. Because Black is where it's at because Black is a representation of every color of the color spectrum. And if you take every crayon in the box and mix them all together, they absorb all the light and reflect none. And that's why we get the color Black. Come on, color wheel, come on. So don't argue with me, argue with my daddy. Yes, I said my daddy. Because we did get to talking about this the other day, and we were talking about the power and symbolism of the color Black. And he had told me this and about the representation of Black and how it represents the entire color wheel. It's like one of the first things he learned in art class, I think like in elementary school or junior high, one or the other. Anyway, I don't know. Actually, I take it back. Don't argue with my daddy. Argue with the art lady. Argue with the artiste, the curated art folks, the art professionals, Art Basel in Miami. I mean, argue with whoever, whatever, just not me and not my daddy. Now let's go the distance on this one. It's time for you to switch things up. If you really want to lock things down with the one, tie the knot, have the family, and live your life, accomplish your hopes and dreams. Because unfortunately, we are low on Black men out here, and it's a problem. And what do we do with problems? What do we do when there are limited resources and things out of our control? What do we do in crisis mode? We go into solution mode. We get to the problem solving. We get activated. So let's do some Black math here. What's less Black man plus more Black women equal? It equals we have to expand our reach. We have to go to the other side because the other side is working. It's because it's what's working for our other sisters out here, right? And there's a lot more options on the other side right now. So that's what we're going to have to do. Now that you know Black represents every color of the rainbow or the crayon box, that is, you should be able to understand its versatility. Keyword versatility, my dear. Black goes well with every color because it's a neutral backdrop that highlights and complements other colors. You hear me? It complements other colors. Let that sink in. I'm coming to you with facts, big facts, facts on facts on facts. And I need for you to expand your mind beyond just art here because I'm not even really talking about art. I'm talking about stepping outside your dating comfort zone, your preference comfort zone. We're sitting on over 8.2 billion people in the world right now and still counting, okay? Hour by hour, minute by minute, every day. Now, don't get me wrong, girlfriend. I loves me a Black man. I mean, I'm married to one, okay? A whole Black man. But I need for you to follow the numbers. Sis. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. We are dealing with a pool right now of lesser Black men to choose from because there's more of us Black women in the US than Black men. And the same goes for my lady listeners over the pond. The Black population in Europe is way smaller compared to the white population. As I said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, and neither does God. And what does God have to do with this exactly? Everything. God knew what he was doing when he populated this earth. He started it with Black people. Adam and Eve were Black, my friend. And where am I going with this? I'm going deep because you need to understand. If you have a limited pool of options, then you need to expand your horizon. And I'm going to do that for you. Get into it. But first, do you remember the movie Something New starring Sanaa Lathan, who played Kenya McQueen? I love how they put Queen in her name, okay? But anyway, where she basically got set up on a blind date with a fine white guy because she promised her friends that she'd be more open in her dating choices, pretty much to up her chances in like settling down and getting married and having a family. Well, I just recently rewatched that movie again, and it really pushed me to bring this topic to the show. I love this movie, okay? Kenya, she was a successful, career-driven Black woman like you and me, and she was a perfectionist. Lord help us perfectionist women. I'm working on it. But Kenya lived a high societal life, and she finally put her guard down and let the chemistry grow between her and Brian, who was the white guy, her landscape architect. And so many times, we find ourselves like Kenya. We are women who've been told to wait for the perfect man, especially one who matches our cultural expectations. And there's a real unspoken pressure for successful Black women to find that ideal Black man. Now, Kenya, her walls were up, weren't they? Okay. I know your walls be all the way up too. We be blocking everything coming our way, sometimes blocking our own blessings. But child, her and Brian, they finally locked in. Okay, they locked in, and everybody wants Brian. If you know, you know. He was painting her toenails and everything. You hear me? I was like, okay. He was like, get rid of that 24-inch bust down, and was like, let me see your natural hair. I was weak. Then, of course, Blair Underwood and his fine Black self enters the scene. He played Mark, everything Kenya always thought she wanted. Her mama wanted that for her, and he was. But at the end of the day, he wasn't. Mark wasn't right for Kenya. Brian was. And Kenya was stuck on what other people would think, if she was betraying like her own culture, if she still felt like she was going to belong amongst her people. But at the end of the day, who cares what people think? Okay? No, you're not betraying your culture. You're expanding it. And the culture is not canceling you, boo. And not Mike Epps being the voice of reason. And her daddy too. But I have several friends that are living their best interracial lives with their whole white husbands or husbands of other cultures or ethnicities and races. All right. The best they ever had. And they be treating them right. And I love that for them. I call them my brother. Okay. You treated my sis right. You my brother. You my bro. Okay. And they got what they wanted, even though they never knew that's what they wanted until they got it, until they gave it a chance. You feel me? Kenya, she finally went the distance, y'all. And y'all need to go the distance. So back to my GOD reference material and all of this. I always have my theologian hat on in these streets. So I'm always going to give you some biblical facts. The fact is, the Bible never explicitly states the skin color of anyone. And I think God was very strategic in not doing that because, one, he has no respect of person and created us all. But two, he never intended for any of us to ever get into any type of race wars. However, your will, my will, the will of people. They just, be saying and doing whatever because, we all have our own will. But anyway, God mentions race in the Bible as it always focused on families, tribes, people, and nations. It was never about the color of anyone's skin because he already doubled down that when he made Adam and Eve, he made one race, humankind, the human race, right? So the word race is a human construct, not God's design. Race came from human interrelationships, not from God's design. So God only used geographical qualities for you to put two and two together, that the first people on earth were Black because, as I said at the top of this episode, Black is a representation of all colors of the color spectrum. So think and process what I'm saying. Like, let's use our brains here. We know that everything originated in the motherland. Okay, don't play with her. We're not playing with Africa. Africa is where it's at. Anthropologists have already proven this, that the skin of early humans in Africa was absolutely dark skinned to provide protection against the intense sunlight in Africa. Come on, melanin. Come on, Hidden Color series. White skin has less melanin, and the chances of being white and surviving that type of African heat just wasn't happening with white skin. That UV radiation would have ate them up. All right. Now, as people migrated outside of Africa, Black skin began to lighten up because skin color basically adapted to suit the local environment conditions. That's a little biblical, geographical, and science 101 for you. Yes, I'm teaching the girls. Let's dig into you being in a relationship where you and your man complement each other. There's a validation of worth, reinforcement of positivity, emotional intimacy, and there's less negativity and more happiness and satisfaction. Yes, let that man of another color satisfy you. In your blackness, there is a sense of neutrality, queen, all right? So there's no sense of competition with dating a white man or Latino or Asian man, where those dynamics may be more apparent in your relationship with the black man, because some black men are very threatened by their powerhouse black woman. This issue does not just sit with black relationships, but I think it tends to be more apparent at times. So I'm not here to bring down the black man. That's not what I'm saying. It's just you see it more, right? Where there is a power dynamic that is visible, whereas you may not see it as much when a black woman is married to someone outside of her race. Now, there is this grounding effect, and you bring the elegance and sophistication to these interracial relationships, because that's what a black woman with her black skin is. She's classy based. Can we say black wife effect? Challenge. These white and Asian men are adoring their black girlfriends and wives, and you can see the after effects of our black girl magic. We standing on the secret sauce of elevation. See for yourself the sprinkle of swag, we bring to the table, because we bring in a whole lot to the table. How can we be denied? Thanks, sis. Thank. The numbers out here are not lying. We've been outnumbering our race of black men since the age of 16, which doesn't even begin to happen until the age of 32 for white women with their race. So I know some of us, like myself, lucked up and were able to snatch up a black man. You know what? Let me not say lucked up, but let me say we were blessed. Yes, we were blessed to snatch up a good black man from the slim pickings out here, okay? And the word blessed is more befitting, definitely. I need for you to look at today's picture and pool of black men. The pool is looking real shallow end. There are a lot of factors you have to check off in this shallow end. Are they looking to settle? Is their background decent? Are they established? Do they have a lot of kids? Are they independent? Are they a man of faith with good family values? And I am not saying your list of deal breakers don't apply to the white man or those of other non-black race, but it's just that you have more options in the pools because they are of the larger population. This is a fact. Okay, this is not fiction. I am just trying to help you out, unless you are moving to Africa where the black population is far greater, which is also a relatively good idea as well. So don't count that option out either, because the African men are African, all right? If you got to go to the Niger Congo and get you a West African man, do what you got to do. The Fula and the Igbo men await. Even Saharan men down in the Nile Valley, if you gotta pull up on a Dinka tribe man, do what must be done. I'm all for it. But don't be going over there to Nigeria looking for a Simon Gubadia. Simon for the Nigerian streets, okay? Scammer by all means. But Portia Williams, honey, we gotta call you out to the carpet, girl. Yes, get to the carpet. Come to the carpet. Now, I loves me some Real Housewives of Atlanta Portia Williams, but baby girl, we holding you accountable too. Cause girl, what Kelly say? Why you take that ladies man? Now, pause. I don't care for Fallon either. I'm glad she's moved on with, what's his name? Jalen, the pool boy. And they tied the knot and jumped the broom with their own little family. God bless them. But woo child, because that was messy. That whole situation was just messy. And Miss USA, Kenya Moore hair care, Kenya Moore hair spa. Lord, you know what? We're not going to even touch this today. Let's get back to the topic at hand. But shout out to Team Twirl. But you need to know the math isn't mathing when it comes to black women landing in long-term relationships with a black man. And I mean marriage with black men. You need to leave the door open for the white guy, for the non-black man. I have no intention of diminishing our brothers out here, but there is simply not enough of them out here. And when there's not enough, that's when we have to expand our territory to possibly get what we want. And this doesn't mean you don't like or resist your own race. This is okay. I've reached a time in my life that I no longer can let race get in the way of my happiness. If God gave me this unlimited pool of men that can also elevate me in ways I could not believe in this society, which it is what it is, then let's do it. Let's do this, okay? Let me count myself in and no longer count myself out. Love has no boundaries when it comes to race. Matter of fact, God's word says love conquers all. So any negative thoughts or societal constructs or resistance you may have to parlaying and locking it in with a Sam, Leonardo, Diego, or Hiromi instead of a Tyrone, Deshaun, or Assad needs to end right now. If love conquers all, it breaks through the division of race. Girl, get your man, okay? While you're over there playing Pop the Balloon, love that YouTube dating show, shameless plug. But while you popping the balloon, don't pop it so quickly on the non-Black man you've never even given the chance to. It's not about who checks all your boxes. It's about who checks on your soul. And you know what? Shout out to the creators, Arlette and her African hubby, for getting their popular YouTube show on Netflix and becoming EPs. Okay, get your coins for Pop the Balloon. Now, Netflix, y'all got some room for improvement because I saw snippets of the first episode and I was like, this is not Pop the Balloon. And I wasn't the only one that felt that way. Child, they dragged Netflix for that one. How you messing up a good show? Love me some Yvonne Orji though. She was doing what she was told to do, okay? She was doing exactly what she was told to do and what was going to make her check clear. I mean, I see what you're trying to do here, Netflix. Yeah, shake up things a little bit, but let's maintain a few things. Stop trying to go rogue and stick with the essence, the vibe, and the flow of the show, making things all extra when it doesn't need to be. Please don't. Episode 2 seemed to be a bit better. Stay on them, Arlette. Tap into your EP hat and creative control and have them come up off some more coins for your consulting fees. Make them get it right. And that's how you do it. Double your money, double your fun. By the way, Pop the Balloon always makes me think of that MTV dating show from back in the day, like in the 90s called Singled Out. Do y'all remember that show? I love that show. Bring back Singled Out. Here's your chance to explore beyond dating just a Black man. Get your butt on Pop the Balloon. But whatever you do, please stay off of Love After Lockup. Go on Pop the Balloon, not Love After Lockup. I saw a clip floating around on social media this week, and y'all, not only is these newly released jailbirds catfishing, so are some of y'all that are actually dating them. You know good and well you don't look like that in real life, poo. Most of these guys, especially ones that have been in prison for years, are very calculated. They have a 3 to 5 year post-prison plan from their prison university studies, where they get PhDs in how to manipulate multiple women, okay? Multiple women they've been talking to. They try to control them. They depend on them to have a place to stay after their Shawshank Redemption years are over. Girl, some of you are nothing but pretty pawns in these convict life men's lives. Don't you know most of them are on parole when they get out? They have to show they live in a stable home, your home, have a stable job and income, your income, and submit themselves to random drug tests. Girl, is that the life you desire? Living with a whole felon? One whose information has to show up on your background checks? Because you're trying to level up your life, but because they in your home, they in your business, so whatever past dealings they have, whatever type of history they got, now becomes part of your history? I don't know about that. That don't sound too kosher to me. But go ahead, girl, do you. Do you, boo. We'll be waiting here on the other side for you, to hold you, to help you, to give you a shoulder to lean on, and to tell you we told you so. Because we petty like that. But we still love you. You know, we gotta bring you on down, all the way down, before we give you that hand to lift you back up. I am just kidding. I'm not here to bring anybody down, but I will give you a hand to lift you up. We got you. But you don't gotta go through this. You ain't gotta do it. You know what? Because I'm not even done. Post-pen life. Girl, are you crazy? Because post-pen life, they still serving time. They still paying for their wrongs. They still hiding and dodging from those trying to get them back for whatever got them in jail. The ops is looking for them when they get out. You really want to serve post-pen life with them? Girl, I know you lying. I know there are some real reformed ex-cons out there, and if that's your thing, let them show you in at least 5 to 7 years post-prison, they are actually reformed, that they have a relationship with God, they have a career, they live in a good environment, and stay away from negative influences, and they have their own, if you must. But neither here nor there, I advise you to do as I've been saying and explore beyond your race. You being a Black woman is representative of every color. So don't forget that. That's the beauty of being a Black woman. You have choices and you align with all your different choices of men out there. A lot of them. And you'd be quite surprised by the non-Black men that are very interested in you, only if you give them a chance, because that's what they want. They want a chance. Just vet them out, girl, and you will be good. They love them a good Black woman, an exotic Black woman. Black to them is exotic. We are exotic. We are the ones. We are the chosen ones. So stop limiting yourself. Stop limiting your options, because the options are many when you open your eyes and open your heart and you go out there in the deep end of a world full of different kinds of men from different races, different backgrounds and ethnicities that you can actually align and be equally yoked to. Stop limiting yourself. Get out the shallow end and explore. And I don't want to hear, I can't swim in the deep end. Girl, get out my face with that. Go get you a life jacket and get your big butt in the deep end. And remember, he's to chase you, not the other way around. I just want to make sure I'm being clear. Don't be chasing no man. You just need to make sure you are in the right place at the right time. You need to be positioned, sis. Your only job is to be on location of where the type of man you're seeking to find is going to be at. That's it. You need to be on location, but allow him to seek you. Allow him to find you, to approach you. We don't chase the man. The man chases you, the woman. He goes after you. And that's on BIBLE 101 Queen. If you know, you know. So don't ever say I didn't teach you anything, because I'm teaching the girls. You're welcome. Sometimes the best things in life come when we step out of our familiar, and you really need to challenge your comfort zone. You deserve love, sis. And if your options continue to mirror the shallow end of the pool, then you got to do what you got to do. Go see about the white man. Go see about the Italian man. Go see about the Latino guy or the Asian guy, and go make it last forever with him. And go make some of them cute little mixed babies. Because you know them little babies be cute. They be cute, right? But just go the distance, girl. Go the distance. Thanks for listening to the Ever Airwaves Think podcast. If today's episode made you elevate, share it with someone who needs it. Until next time, keep questioning until you have those answers. I'm out.